Good morning, Hobby Xtreme family. Nick and I here with a pretty special video.
Yes, we have something that we've actually been waiting on for a minute. You guys already probably saw from the thumbnail exactly what it is, but you don't know what color it is because I want to black it out on the thumbnail.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to make so you actually have to watch the video to see what color it is.
You're going to be surprised just like we are.
Yeah, we went back and forth a lot with what color we were going to pick. This wasn't our first pick for the jet.
It wasn't.
So we were reached out by Dan Landis from Boomerang RC.
Yeah, we love the guys over at Boomerang RC.
They're very nice.
Yep.
Obviously, you've seen us. The only jets we've been flying so far in our jet career have been Boomerang.
Yes.
We've been talking with Dan a lot, and he really wants to show people this new jet. And so we're actually working with them. We did buy this jet. We were never told anything specifics on it. And
that's what I like about Boomerang is Boomerang doesn't put out stuff and say, hey, we want this to be positive.
No, they didn't tell us anything.
No, they didn't tell us anything. They're just like, hey, we think you're going to love this product. Give it a try. And we do love Boomerang products. I love Boomerang products.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to give this a try. So we decided to go with the Atom for this unboxing and this build series.
Yep.
Yes. So stay tuned. We're going to actually put up the box.
Yep.
Open it up. What color is it?
Oh, you guys will see in a second.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to laugh if there's directions in it.
I
don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, Dan, no, he wouldn't have. No.
So also,
they just shipped one.
Something you guys was funny is the main reason that Dan kind of wanted to work with us is because he saw our last video with the Ranger.
He did,
and he laughed that we shot him out or called him out on not having instructions in it.
Yes, he said that he actually texted us or sent a message on our YouTube channel. It's like the directions are online. Yep. Remember?
Yep.
The directions are online, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's normal for this level of the hobby. But we looked all over the place for the directions in that box. We're looking in the thrust tube.
Everywhere.
We looked everywhere.
Because we're still slightly old school, where me personally, I like to have the paper directions.
I know, me too. But in their argument is you can print them. You can print them, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to see. I don't think there's directions in the box here.
Probably not. Which, honestly, it's the new age. Yeah, everything's going online.
Everything's online. So it's not a big deal.
It makes sense.
It's just funny.
It is funny.
Yes.
So,
all right.
We'll put a little photo on how this thing was shipped. It actually was very well packaged on a pallet and everything like that.
Yeah, very well packaged and pretty reasonable shipping for the way that they had to ship it.
Yeah. How much? Do you know how much was shipping?
$200.
$200?
$200 for palletized shipping.
That's pretty standard now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Came pretty quick too. Almost what, a week?
Oh yeah, less than a week.
From ship to
less than a
holy crap.
We're already getting to see this a little bit.
Oh, I love it even more.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Holy crap. That is, I love the gray.
Okay.
I haven't even seen it in the sunlight and I already love the gray.
That's beautiful. Holy, okay, well, we got to show them.
Let's unwrap it and then we'll show them in the sunlight.
No, we got to show them what we see.
All right, we'll show them what we see.
Where's your camera? Here's your camera. Got to show them what we see so far.
So, here we go.
Look at this. Now, keep in mind, everybody, this is full composite. Wings, empennage, and of course fuselage. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It is
Nick.
a big jet.
It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's a lot bigger than the Ranger.
It is. And Dan said Boomerang does suggest you can fly this with a 102. And you know why? Because this aircraft, full of fuel, weighs less than 22 pounds.
How much does a Ranger weigh?
25.
It's a dense boy. She a thick boy.
It's a fat little child.
But yeah, 20 pounds. And now it's
Yes.
20. Are we talking about just fuselage or fully built?
We're talking about fully built.
25 pounds fully
Yes.
built.
Matter of fact, I talked to somebody else we're going to be working with. We're going to announce that here soon. They just built an Atom, and his came in just over 21 pounds with a 140 in it.
Wow.
So we are going to be flying this initially with a 102.
And what's the 102 thrust put out?
About 18 pounds.
18 pounds.
About
okay.
18 pounds. Yeah, they go by newtons on the engine, and that's why when you hear 102, it's 102 newtons. But that equates to about 18 pounds of thrust. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. I know YouTube, you will do that. But it can fly with 18 pounds of thrust because that's nearly a 1-to-1 ratio if you consider the model is 21 pounds. So it's built so well that it's lighter and stronger. So boy, I love this color already, Nick. We made a good choice.
Yeah, 100%. I think this color is an absolute beauty. Now we got to take it out.
All right,
we got to
let's do
see this out of the box.
We definitely do.
And in the sunlight, because I think the sunlight's going to make this thing look beautiful.
It's going to pop. Wow, Nick, bigger than I thought. It's
a big jet.
It's a
honestly
big girl.
I thought the wings were going to be in the back half or something. No, the jet's the entire length of the box.
It's the entire length of the box.
Holy, because
tip to stern.
We didn't see one in person, did we?
No, we have not seen the Atom in person. I've seen the videos.
Because they didn't have one at Joe Knoll, did they? I don't remember him being it. You guys look back at our Joe Knoll
Yes,
video.
they did, Nick, because we did a video with Dan Landis on the new products.
I don't remember seeing
And we
this
saw
jet.
the Atom, and we interviewed him about the Atom. But you know what? It was brand new at the time, and they were just starting to advertise it because this was their first model that offered vectored thrust. Okay?
Yep.
And if you put about a 180 in it, if you have that much thrust weight ratio, this thing becomes a 3D beast. But a lot of people are using this for pattern flying, Nick, what's called F3C or FAI.
Yeah.
It's because it's so stable. It's just got such a perfect wing loading to it. Look at that beautiful wing.
It's very pretty. It's a very swept back wing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I would imagine the wing would have been bigger for how big this jet is.
Actually, Nick, you know what I want to do?
Huh.
We've got a Ranger wing over here.
Oh, and compare it?
Let's just compare it. Let's just see what the difference is. Because you guys hear us talk all the time about wing loading. And what exactly are we talking about when we say wing loading? Well, the wing has to produce a certain amount of lift for the aircraft's weight. It's got to offset the weight of the aircraft. And
it's the same wing.
It's the same wing, but it's got a bigger cord to it.
Yeah, it's a much thicker cord.
It's a much thicker cord. And overall, just I guess through manufacturing process, they've made it lighter.
Well, we can't really directly compare it. I know because we have all this stuff in here. But
yeah. Can't directly compare it, but right off the bat.
It's light.
It's light.
And also just
light and
that
strong.
color scheme.
Oh my goodness, that's
so
gorgeous.
Cool.
That's gorgeous. And again, folks, this is up against the Ranger wing. So you can see it's pretty close to the same. You got about an inch on the Atom. Yep. But you got a much thicker cord. Now, what's that going to do? Well, that's actually going to produce more lift.
Yep.
So with a thicker cord to the wing, we're producing more lift per square inch than we would to the Ranger.
Sure. They're probably not able to see.
They're not able to see. Are we too close?
Probably right on.
Are we too close? Okay. Anyways, when we talk about wing loading, we're talking about the fact that based on the wing size and the design of the wing, it depends on how much lift that wing is actually going to produce. And based on the weight of the model, depends on how high of a wing loading that produces. High wing loading tends to run into some areas of problems. And you've seen us run into these problems firsthand with something, things like acceleration stalls. Acceleration stalls is an aircraft can actually stall at any speed. And it can stall at any angle of attack. It just depends if the wing loses lift based on the weight of the model or the G-forces that it's experiencing, and the wing and the aircraft will stall. The Ranger does have that issue where it can accelerate stall. You have to be very careful with the Ranger on that. The Atom, however, because it's a lighter airframe based on the same wing and a larger diameter cord on the wing.
I mean, just thinking how much the root cord is. It's
much larger.
Much larger.
Much larger.
It's probably half of what this is.
Yeah, and I know we could probably have the ability to put up a little graphic of how wing produces lift, but it's basically...
I don't know if I'm that good on editing.
Well, maybe not, but basically the air molecule has to reach the back of the wing at the same time. So the principle behind it is the air molecule has to travel further over the top of the wing, producing an area of low pressure, and the area of high pressure under the wing always wants to go towards low pressure, and that's how the wing actually produces lift. And because it's a thicker cord, I'm just assuming here right off the bat, Nick and I aren't aeronautical engineers, but we are both pilots, and that's why we know what we do. But I'm assuming the thickness of the cord and the lightness of the wing and the lightness of the airframe, Nick, is why it's got such a lower wing loading.
Yeah. I wonder, because with how thick the body is, I don't think it's going to be as fast as the Ranger with the 102. But I think it's going to be more enjoyable to fly, I'm hoping.
I think so too, because I think we're going to be able to get it slower.
That's been your fear, is getting it slower.
It is. My fear is getting it slower because acceleration stalls, like we said. But also, there is another theory that plays into when you have a bigger fuselage with body lifting. And so the fuselage actually produces some lift as well, doesn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's also how knife edging works.
That's right. So we actually have some lift produced from the fuselage, and this fuselage is much larger, not some larger than the Ranger.
Yeah.
It's much larger.
It's much larger.
By almost 2 times, I would say.
Ready to pull this to actually feel how heavy it is?
Yeah, you ready? All right. Oh my goodness gracious. This weighs nothing.
You got it balanced?
This weighs absolutely nothing.
I mean, it's nothing.
It's like
it's nothing.
Holding bubble wrap.
It's nothing.
Wow. And it's strong. You could tell it's just rigid and strong. Boy, that's a beautiful plane.
Crap.
Holy.
All right, pull the rest of the stuff out of the box so we can put it on the table.
All right, let me do that. Let me get, I think only the thrust tube's in there. Okay. Look at the anodized tube here.
That is pretty.
That is very pretty. Now, it looks like it's dented, or maybe that's designed. I'm not sure, Nick. A little flat spot on the bottom there.
That's possible it's probably what they're supposed to put on the bottom.
Could be designed.
Because that looks like a very purposeful.
It does look purposeful, doesn't it?
So that's probably supposed to be the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with you there. Now, this does come with the thrust vectoring kit.
Which is probably all in that box, right?
Which I assume is in there.
Cool.
Yep. It's a push rod style thrust vectoring kit. So the servos are actually behind the thrust tube, or actually pretty perpendicular to it. And the nozzle itself.
I've never programmed thrust vectoring, so that's going to be fun to learn.
Well, I don't know if we're going to do thrust vectoring on this. You think we install it and then just not use it, or?
Well, I'm feeling like if you had thrust, even with the low power, obviously you're not going to hover a really high alpha, but you might be able to do some flat spins and stuff.
If we had thrust vectoring, even on the 102?
I think so.
You want to try that?
I don't know. It's going to be challenging, but I'll give it a shot, I think.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, you know what, it'd be good for the video too.
I think so.
Okay, let's install thrust vectoring.
Okay.
And then we can always turn it off. Don't need to use it.
Yep.
Because we do plan on putting a different turbine in this. We're gonna maiden and initially fly this with the 102.
Yeah.
We know that. But there's a new turbine coming out in the market that I'm really interested in possibly trying.
Okay. Cool.
And we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, I love the anodized tip. I think that's a nice touch. Mm-hmm. That's the bevel cone where the turbine sits, by the way. Yeah, that's a really nice touch. They did a lot of neat little things with this airplane.
Yeah, go ahead and open that box up. I really want to open this the fuselage up.
All right, you want to take this? Actually, I'll just put the thrust tube here.
That works.
Bada bang.
Anything else in there?
No directions. No.
We haven't looked inside the fuselage
yet.
We haven't
looked. We did look in the thrust tube.
It's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
Holy crap, it's a big boy.
I am just so impressed with how light it is, though.
I know.
I mean, it's incredibly light. Which is, everybody that I've heard flying this thing right now, Nick, is in love with it.
Yeah.
They are. They're in love with this plane, and that's why they're talking about having this plane really do some nice pattern flying, because it's so precise.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber rods throughout. That's nice. as we try to carefully unpackage it. No directions. No.
Dan's like, it's online.
Dan's like, he's yelling through the camera right now. It's online, guys.
Yep.
Directions are online. Plus, apparently, if you're buying an aircraft of this caliber, you probably don't even need them. To a degree, you do a little bit. You still need to get Boomerang's idea of how they want everything assembled.
Yeah.
Don't scratch my paint.
I'm trying not, so don't move the plane too much.
I'm not going to move it at all now. Look, that gray looks like a gunmetal or...
No, it's a nice gray.
It is a beautiful gray. I know the camera's not going to do it justice.
Hope once we get in the sunlight, it will help a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, very happy with us going with the orange on gray scheme. I think it's going to be very visible, which you guys heard me complain a little bit online. It's hard for me to see these things doing 200 miles an hour. Not hard, I can still see it, but...
Oh, is that for the canopy?
It raises my anxiety. Yes, quick release canopy.
How does that work?
So, I don't know. Again, if we had directions...
Oh! That's how it works.
Okay. Is it taped in there or something?
Nope.
No? Okay. All
That's
right.
kind of nice.
That is nice. Geez, even the canopy is so light. I mean, everything on this is so light. Beautiful not carbon fiber rather, but fiberglass.
Definitely gonna paint it.
Beautiful fiberglass work. We do have to paint the inside.
Yep. We're gonna paint it. I'm probably gonna do. Let's see the inside now.
What about speckled gray?
I'm thinking definitely a dark color.
A dark speckled gray. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
A dark, really gray. I think would look really nice.
And maybe nice like thick epoxy coating paint. That
hopefully not something too heavy.
Yeah, no, that's true. We don't want to add too much weight.
So, is that how the wings are secured? Interesting.
Oh, you know what? There's little... Yeah, look, Nick.
Oh, so it's just a pinch. So that must be... Oh, no, that's just a guide pin.
That's a guide pin.
And then that's just a... Oh, and then it has a hole, so you put a wrench through, and then it just pinches it.
It pinches it.
That's not too bad. That's kind of quick.
I like that. I actually think I like that better than the normal screw in from the bottom.
Yeah.
You know?
One, you can't lose the screw because it's always going to be captured inside.
And two, we not strip them, but they sometimes get dirt and crap in the threads, so they become a little hard to operate and use after many, many flights.
Yeah.
But
I'm wondering, does it have a lot of space in between? Oh, okay. So I can put the plug here for the wings.
Yes, that's where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
I've seen pictures online. That's where the plug is. So it can take a multi-connector. It's designed to take a multi-connector right out of the box.
Yeah. Do you know what brand, if like is a specific, already like a size for like a certain brand of multi-connector?
Well, honestly, we're going to be using amp connectors. And the reason is because we're actually partnering with a company to show you a new product that's online.
Yeah.
The product is a fully customizable built harness. We're going to be announcing that in some videos coming up. We don't actually have the harness yet, but
we're going to be doing a full build video on
We're going to be doing a full build series on this. It's not going to be just one video, obviously.
No, it's going to be multiple videos. It's going to take me a while to build this jet.
Yes.
So definitely be patient with me on the build videos and stuff. I'm not home too much nowadays, so
yeah, you got to work like an adult.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you every step of the way of building this guy and how.
Luckily, we have a little experience with the jets now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder how. Okay, so I think the stabs use the same kind of system as the Boomerang with putting a phallic through and then screwing in.
Okay, so we have to glue the phallics in, or I wonder if we gotta unwrap those tail feathers, man.
Absolutely. It's not my favorite system. I really wish they did more of a quick release so you could actually, you didn't have to do too much like actually epoxying a phallic in.
Now,
and
let me
drilling
tell you,
it.
I talked to Dan about that.
Okay.
I talked to Boomerang, and I asked him, I said, look, you know, we think, and we're amateurs at this, but we think that quick releases and quick connectors might be a neat idea.
Yeah.
And Dan said, well, you know, we're getting different feedback from the market. And the different feedback from the market is the only guys that are really looking for the quick release are the more 3D jet guys.
That's fair.
The sport jet,
It's what we're used to.
it's what we're used to. And you said the sport jet or the core jet group really doesn't like quick release. They don't like the looks of the buttons. They don't like the looks. Now, I personally do. But I'm maybe not that market exactly. But again, they're doing their research. They're not just putting these out there and say, hey, let's see if people buy them.
Yeah.
Boomerang is out almost every event we've been to. Boomerang's been there. A lot of other places have been there too. Xtreme Flight's been there, or Skywing, excuse me. They have two brands now. You know, a lot of jet manufacturers are getting out there into the public, and they're starting to, you know, sort of pitch their product. But in addition to that, they're talking to people. What do you like to see? What kind of aircraft would you like us to build? And they're reacting to that. And this is definitely a sign that they're doing that, Nick. We went from, you know, the Elon for Boomerang, which put them on the map, really, the nice big trainer jet, dual tail wing trainer jet, to the Ranger, to these products now. I mean, Boomerang is growing with the market. They're putting out some absolutely beautiful, beautiful products now. And honestly, Nick, not a bad price point for a full composite aircraft.
Yeah.
Okay. The Atom, I believe, we'll flash it up on the screen there, but the Atom, I think, is $34.99. That is, of course, everything that comes with the Atom plus the thrust reverse or the thrust vectoring.
Ooh, do we want to tell them about the thing also that they can do if they buy an Atom?
Yes. So, by the way, Boomerang has given us such a privilege to be able to offer our Hobby Extreme followers a discount, 10% off. Nick, that is huge.
Yeah, on a $3,500 jet.
That is huge. Hobby Extreme, so it's I'll have to look up the code and we're going to put it on the screen, but I believe it's HX10 or something like that. HS10. We're going to put it on the screen. I got to find out. But it's exclusive to Hobby Extreme. How cool is that?
Yeah.
You guys, for watching our videos, are going to get a exclusive discount to Boomerang products that you're going to be able to put in the cart at checkout and get a discount on these products.
Yep.
So that is fantastic. We truly appreciate it. Boomerang, thank you very much for supporting us. Nick, I don't know why, but I'm extremely excited about putting this wing on the aircraft real quick. I just got to see it.
All right.
Okay? I've got to see what we're doing here.
Got to get some snips to get that.
Yeah, we got to get a tube out. I just want to be I'm not going to want to transport this thing, Nick.
Well, didn't we get something nice to transport it?
We did. We'll have to wait. We haven't unwrapped
We
that
have
yet.
more stuff. We have a lot more stuff to show you.
We have more stuff to show you. I can't wipe the smile off my face, man.
It's a pretty jet, dude.
It is a pretty jet. I mean,
this is nicer than the Ranger.
Boomerang.
I like this than the Ranger.
Boomerang, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, this paint. You know what we're gonna have to do, Nick?
Ceramic coat it.
Oh yes. Oh, we're gonna ceramic coat this thing.
Yep.
All right. I want to gain an extra 1.5 knots. I don't. Ceramic coat probably doesn't give you any speed, but you know what? If you think it does, then it does.
I've said this before in videos. If it looks better, it flies better.
If it looks better, look. It's kind of like when you change the oil in your car. All right, everybody, tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. You change the oil in your car, and all of a sudden your engine sounds great, like it's thanking you. And it's driving so nice. It's just like, oh, thank you so much for maintaining me and changing my oil. I don't know. I know that's mental. I know nothing has changed on the vehicle, but I think it does. I think it's thanking you. Okay? And taking care of this, we got a little bit of damage on this wing, Nick.
Oh.
Little bit of a nick on that wing. Not a big deal, but that was obviously in shipping or manufacturing. Could have been manufacturing, but a little nick.
Yeah.
You know, these things happen. I'm sure it's going to get a lot more nicks with the hanger rash, but little unfortunate that is a nick right there.
Yeah.
But look, they do mass produce these things. And for overall quality, for what they do for the mass production, I'm very happy.
Ooh,
very happy.
The hinge arms are already glued. They're fiberglassed in.
Yes.
That's cool.
Okay, that's cool. You got to show them that, Nick.
Yeah,
Look at this.
I just realized that.
Wow.
But
these arms are actually fiberglassed in to the control surface. What a seamless joint. What a seamless edge.
I wonder if I have to do any epoxying on control surfaces. I don't think we'll have to look at the stabs.
We got to unwrap the tail feathers to see, but I doubt it.
The ailerons and flaps, they're already glued in, right? Or are they just in there?
No, they're in there just like the Composite Ranger. By the way, you guys know we have the version 2 Composite Ranger. And because there's no seam on the joint on the flight control surface, it takes very little movement to move that aircraft.
Yeah.
The control surfaces are hyper effective, and it flies so nice. You saw in the last video when I was talking about I can come on a downline, and I know exactly when to pull out because I have a lot of confidence now in the Ranger that it's just going to do what I ask it to do, which just gives me so much confidence in this. This is going to be, Nick, I'm too excited. Can we fly it tomorrow?
Yeah.
You think we can get it done?
No, this is going to take me a minute.
All right.
This is going to take me a hot minute.
Yeah, we're gonna.
This is not like one of my 3D builds that I can do in 3 days.
This is not.
Like that Xtreme flight plan you told me built for Ryan, I built that in like 3 days.
You did it in 2, I think. Just 2.5, maybe.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one's going to take me longer.
That's okay. This is, to be honest with you folks, this is our winter build.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our off-season build. And
all right, that's going to be nice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that Nick's going to drive me crazy.
That Nick's going to drive me crazy too, Nick. Nicky Nick. You know, but it's okay. I mean, we don't want to you know, dwell on that because I guarantee every aircraft we have taken out of a box has a nick.
Has something.
It has a nick. But this was very well packaged.
Yeah. And I guarantee that if we asked Dan, he'd probably send us another one.
We're not going to do that to Dan.
We're not.
We're not going to do that to Dan.
But if that happens to you, don't feel like...
Don't sweat it. It's going to, you know, you're going to get nicks and scrapes by just flying the model.
But if it really did bother you, they are very nice people. I bet they would absolutely honor it if you...
I guarantee Boomerang would honor it.
100%.
We're not going to ask them to do that. We're going to be okay with it. But
for you guys out there, if
that does bother you, I guarantee Boomerang would take care of you. There's such Greg and Dan, all the guys at Boomerang are fantastic people. Not to mention, you've seen Dan fly, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The guy has been a professional RC pilot since he was, I think he said like 10 years old. He was sponsored at 10. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. God, man. I'm glad you made me wait. I'm just glad you made me, because I wanted to unwrap this thing a week ago.
I know, right?
I wanted to unwrap it a week ago.
I was out of town forever, and it came in. He sent me a photo of it, and I'm like, do not open it.
Oh my goodness. You know, the camera's not going to do the justice. Well, I know, but the camera's not going to do the justice of this quality.
It will look
of this
better.
paint.
We're gonna take it outside when it's fully built, put together lightly, and then you guys get to see the paint in the sunlight. Because I think in the sun, this is going to absolutely pop.
Oh wow. Nick, that is so well built. Look at that.
All the hinges. They're all
Are they all fiberglass in?
fiberglassed in.
Are you kidding me? What a great benefit.
I want to see these hinges.
What a fantastic benefit, Boomerang. Nicely done. You know, the only thing I'm going to tell you.
That's a different hinge design.
The only thing I'm going to tell you that I don't necessarily am thrilled about the model, but it's not by any stretch of imagination that it's a dig on it in any way. This model's beautiful. I don't like, just me, I don't like the way the tail looks.
Oh, the square?
The square.
You don't like the square. Okay. Well, let's show them what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't like the square as much.
You know, well, and I understand why they did the square, because the whole body really is kind of it curves and it also is kind of square.
Well, and they've got thrust vectoring. So they needed the room.
Yeah.
They needed the room. I mean, that's a design issue. They just they needed the room. I know.
It looks kind of cool to me.
It's so stupid of me. Exactly. Others are going to love it, right?
Yeah.
Others are going to love it. Me, I look at the square and I'm like,
it looks kind of spaceshipy.
Looks like it has
to me.
Fat ass. I don't know.
Well, you don't like asses?
I do. I do. But no, it's such a beautiful plane. My goodness. Well done, Boomerang. Look at this quick release system here, Nick. It's adjustable. That's neat.
Oh, is it?
It is. It's adjustable up front here. And I like that the canopy goes in and locks backwards, of course, right?
Yeah.
Very little, I mean, no ability to come off in flight, which is fantastic. They put a lot of thought into this design.
That fits tight. That's nice.
Everything has been fitting perfectly tight so far.
Ooh, what they came with gear sets, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, comes with the JP retracts.
Is that the same brand as for the Boomerang? Or not the obviously it's a Boomerang, but the Ranger.
I don't know where it's got to be in that box there.
Yeah, it's all be in there.
Yeah, it's not a Ranger brand. They've partnered with JP. But JP retracts we're using on the Ranger. We love them. They work great. We've had a couple of issues. You guys have seen a couple of issues we've had, but mostly the issues we've had is because of connectors, right?
Which that's our mistake.
True. That's what I'm saying. It's connector issues. So I think it goes in up here and then slides back.
Yeah, it just has to kind of flex in a little bit. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, it auto clicks in.
Oh.
That's kind of nice. We got to show them that again.
Okay, that was nice.
All right, so go ahead and pull it back.
So you push this in and it slides forward.
It's a little snug.
It is a little snug. Don't even know if I can do it. Let me see how I'm going to have to figure this out. There we go.
There it goes.
All right.
And then...
All right, so as you put it on, it has these composite hooks that go into the fuselage. It's a very positive click system. Now, as soon as you put it in, watch this. We just slide it back and click.
It's kind of nice.
That's why it's adjustable.
I'm going to have to find a way to paint that.
Yeah.
I need to paint that.
Yeah, paint it orange?
Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness, Nick. Oh my God. This weighs nothing.
Let's pull it outside.
This weighs nothing.
All right, let's pull it outside. We got to see it in the sunlight.
Let's go pull it outside. Look at that orange. and that gunmetal gray. And the paint job is just so precise and perfect. Wow. And the size profile of this thing is going to be so nice in the air, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
My old eyes are going to be able to see it. Would you look at that thing?
It's really pretty.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It looks, so in the camera right now, it looks like the orange is kind of reddish.
Okay.
It really is.
Oh, and look at the bottom of the wing.
It's a nice orange.
I don't want to tilt it too. I don't want that other wing to fall out.
It's very contrasty.
It is contrast. It's contrasted from the top.
Very blue to orange. Yeah, no, you're going to see that very well.
Not going to look awesome on the deck?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Look, I even love these atom symbols.
They look pretty cool.
They look pretty cool.
All right, so now that we got the jet out of the way, we got a whole box of goodies. So we're going to go ahead and all the parts. All right, so that's everything. So we're actually going to go with torque servos. Torque servos is something that we, back in like, what, it was the Great Lakes 7?
Yeah, 7. GL7.
We actually won a couple of torque servos.
Yes.
And the guys, the rep that was talked to us, he like, once we won them, he talked to them about us about it and stuff like that. And they're very high resolution, very also affordable servos.
Very good servos.
They're not too expensive. Do you know how much these guys were?
I don't. We can actually look it up though and post it for you guys.
We had it all in one big cart, so we kind of just bought it all.
We just bought it all.
So we're actually kind of excited. We actually been running the torque servos in that we won in your ailerons as well in the Ranger.
Yes, we're running in the Ranger.
So this is also what Boomerang also recommends for these as well, right?
It is. In fact, Dan suggested we get these servos for this model.
Which I think we already wanted to go with torque just because of our relationship. We already talked to the guys. We already loved the pilots that we talked to.
Yep.
And we also tested them in the previous already.
Yes.
So what we have different now, I know these are the same ones that we kind of won, isn't it?
Those are the 3813s. Those are the ones that we won, the 3813s.
I believe you're right.
And the
nope, these are different.
Are they?
A little bit. I mean, they're blue rather than black. The ones that we got.
Okay.
I don't quite know the difference, but this is what So if you actually order the jet off of Boomerang, this is what they'll offer as a servo package for them.
Yes.
Which worked for us because we already wanted to go with torque, so we're just going to go with what they absolutely recommend for this.
Works
jet.
Great. It's what I'm flying in my Ranger currently.
Yep. So I'm assuming
and they work fantastic.
Yeah. So we got one thin. I'm guessing that's for the rudder.
Yep.
We got. I'm guessing this is going to be elevator and ailerons.
Yep.
And this, I'm guessing this is going to be for. Do we have thrust vectoring servos too?
Yes.
So elevators, ailerons,
and thrust vectoring,
rudder, and flaps. We also need our flap servos.
So maybe these are flaps.
Maybe those were for flaps.
Yep. Well, I did tell Dan we're not going to be doing thrust vectoring, so he might not have put that in the cart for us.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So these
nice servos. Ball bearing, metal gear.
Yeah.
Really nice looking.
Yeah, they're pretty servos. I did notice something. What is that?
Oh, let me tell you about this. So Boomerang just came out with this not too long ago. This is the AG68 brake gyro. Now, everybody that's flying jets out there, especially if you're amateur like I am, you know that as soon as you land and you hit the brakes, right, you got to kind of be easy on it because they don't anti-lock.
Right.
Right? It just kind of skids.
So is it an ABS or is it actually a gyro?
It's a gyro that works like an ABS.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a brake gyro, so you can slam on the brakes and it's going to keep the aircraft straight. Fantastic control. I can't wait to try this. And look how thin profile that is, too.
Yeah, it should be
nice thin profile, and it's a built-in gyro for your braking system. And what do, Nick? We actually have to take the braking power down.
A bunch.
We take it down a bunch so that we don't lock up the brakes, so we don't skid, okay? Yeah. This is going to be able to give us more braking power, so we'll be able to fly it at shorter fields. Really excited to use this. They're very inexpensive. I think, don't quote me, but I think it's about $110 online. But
which honestly, for
a hobby Xtreme discount
for a jet like that, it makes sense to have a nice brake controller. It makes sense,
and it really works well. We also have a nice Ultimate Air Trap UAT. For you guys that are new to jets, maybe you're just thinking about getting into them. The air traps are absolutely necessary to prevent any air bubbles from getting to the turbine. Turbines don't like
pretty.
air.
I gotta take this out of the bag. That looks
Yeah,
pretty.
it is pretty. It's all...
Ooh, the connections are cool.
Yes. Yeah, very nice looking UAT. I love the clear see-through. And it's got a lot of capacity. If you see all the holes in the center there, it's not going to bottleneck fuel at all. And the reason they're going with that is because
like these.
This aircraft can take up to the 180, as we were talking about, Nick, if you wanted the aircraft to be full 3D capable.
And hover and all that jazz.
Yes, which means you need a lot of flow.
I love that. I can't get over these connections right here.
Yeah, those are great.
I love that.
Nice and secure.
No safety wire on them. I don't have to do
No,
that.
it's a beautiful UAT. I'll have to ask, and we'll have to look online and see if this is also canted. Most UATs we can't, and that's to keep the air up top so that it's only sucking fuel, of course.
That's fair. I don't think that one has to be canted.
But it might not, and that's what we're going to have to look at and see if this particular Ultimate UAT does not need to cant, or it might be best practice to cant it. We're going to find out through the build series what Nick and I decide to do based on the
we'll ask around and we'll make sure we'll do it right so that
Yes.
you guys, when you see us do it, then
Yes.
And then that's all the gear, right?
This is all the JP retracts. This is the standard JP retracts
Nice right there.
that we have with all the models we've been flying, all the Boomerang models. Where is it at, Nick?
The knife, the yellow one, right there.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. We like JP. JP, it works. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you plant the Ranger.
I have planted the Ranger, and it actually does hold up very well. But they're very stout gear.
Okay, so it's the exact same gear.
It's the exact same gear. Check this out.
Okay.
Very stout gear. Obviously integrated wheel brakes with this, and it does have a lot of good shock absorption.
Which we know from experience.
That Ranger we fly is 25 pounds with fuel. And we come in fast because of the high wing loading and my inexperience. I don't want to stall the thing. But it absorbs the shock very, very well. Very well made gear. And we've just been very happy with JP. JP just does work.
Yep.
And of course, JP comes with its own gear controller, which is the actual. Look, Nick, I didn't realize that, but the JPL gear comes with an FTL Innovations controller.
That one's different.
So I'm not sure if that's different or not, but I just noticed that it's FTL. Why do we?
Oh, does this thing have adjustment in it now? That's what it looks like.
I don't know.
I think it has a...
No, those are just the lights.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, those are just the lights that that light up when it's retracted.
I didn't know if it was like a little tiny thing. But also, I don't think the other brake controller had lights in it.
It does.
It does?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. Where it's mounted, you really can't see it well.
That's fair.
But no, I know it does. Also, they sent us some batteries. We've got the lithium polymer for the turbine.
And then we got these two guys for which Pulse have been fantastic batteries.
We're using Pulse right now. We love them. They're working very, very well. We've never had a battery fail. So we can't say enough about that as well. But here's
this guy, the other.
You want to see the nose gear?
The nose gear.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same one, right?
It is. It's the same nose.
Yep. Same thing. Oh, do we have
But again, they're just so stout.
Do we have a nose servo? Might need to get a nose servo.
That might be what this extra one is, Nick. Because we only need 2 for the flaps.
Right? 2 for flaps, 2 ailerons, 2... Yeah, so ailerons, flaps, elevators, rudder...
Yep, we need a nose gear servo.
Yep.
We've got plenty of servos for that.
Yeah.
We're just going to go ahead and put in another...
It doesn't have to be anything special for the nose steering.
No steering. All right, so as we were discussing, Nick, what I really like with the add-on purchases you can do for models like this, one of them is the bags.
Yeah.
The wing bags and fuse bags. And I believe, let's find out together, I believe it also has tail coverings. But these are really nice quality, Nick.
Yeah.
They've got.
I kind of wish that they did like the actual Atom like logos with it, but that's also like that was their first like jet that they did, right?
I believe the Elon was the start of Boomerang, right?
Yeah.
They started with the Elon.
So that's kind of their logo.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's where they started. And look how far they've come, I mean, honestly, right?
Yeah.
But they're nice embroidered, which is really nice. And they're padded, which is very nice too. I don't know if you can see this.
It's very, very thick.
Very thick, yeah. So we've got, let's see, okay,
that's the fuse.
This is the fuse.
Yep.
Look at that.
Handles and everything.
Is that not beautiful? Wow.
Let's see, is it soft inside?
Nice zipper. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's quilted.
Yep.
It's a quilted interior. So it's going to definitely protect your model.
Yep.
And that, you know, one thing we hate, and I know you hate it out there too, is hanger rash.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. You're going to get hanger rash on these models because you're transporting it to and from the field when you're taking it in and out of the trailer.
Yep.
Things like this.
It's worth to spend the little bit of extra money and get these, especially when you're talking about, in the end, what, $6,000, $7,000 jet?
And more than that.
Yeah.
So you're really protecting it.
Really want to try to protect it.
So we've got wing.
So these are wings. Oh, there's something in there.
So it's one bag for wings.
No, there's something in there.
Is there something in there?
Yeah, it's thickness.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
There's the tail.
Here's the feathers.
Nice.
Look at that.
So this is all one kit that you can get.
This is a complete set.
So it just comes with everything.
The wing bags from Boomerang is a complete set. For fuse. And Nick, this has to be specific to the Atom. I know we talked about that it's not embroidered with the Atom, but this has to be specific for the Atom based on the fuselage length.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, and the wings and everything.
So these are for the Atom. And you can get these online from Boomerang. I believe the price is anywhere from $120 to $150. Don't quote me. We'll look it up for you. But well worth it. It's nice quilted fabric. It's quilted inside. It's got a nice zipper for the fuse bags. It does have Velcro for the wing bags. And it has got the tail feathers. I mean, that's just beautiful. And we'll put it on the aircraft so you can see what it looks like. But that is going to protect the model. From hanger rash. And when you have something that pretty, that's,
I know, right?
You want to protect it.
Yep.
So that's nice. Should we put some tail feathers on and see what it looks like?
Yeah. You want to put it in the whole thing in the bag?
Yeah, let's put it in the bag.
Sounds good. And we'll show them what it looks like in the bag.
Let's show them. Oh, this way. Why is it going up? Yeah, this way. Oh, and able to. Oh, that's the stab covers. Yeah. I see. Okay. Yeah, pretty good.
Well, cumbersome, but completely covered and protected.
Put it on here. It definitely protects it.
And it has two big handles.
Well, I tell you what, I like that a lot. That is definitely going to protect it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Transporting that's going to be a lot nicer.
Way nicer.
Yeah.
To be able to just carry it.
Yep.
That's fantastic. And it was a nice touch, Boomerang, on the embroidery on the bags.
Yeah,
that
pretty.
was definitely a nice touch.
So it looks like how these... I don't understand why they put the zipper all the way back here. But
well, I think it's because you can take off the tail.
Ah, if you wanted to take it off and then zip it all the way back.
And then you can zip it all the way back.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. But if you don't, then you just split it.
Yep. And then it also has Velcro that holds the horizontal covers.
And the horizontals are,
Velcroed in.
You know, that protects it well. Now, this is an add-on, folks. This doesn't come with the kit.
Yep.
The bags are purchased separately. But honestly,
It's worth it.
It's a must. Almost going to say it's a must. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy an aircraft this nice, you're going to want to keep it this nice for a long time. The bags are definitely worth an upgrade. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And the wing bags are nice. You put both wing halves in the same bag, which is great. Also handle. It's also the same quilted. We got look. We got a pocket for the directions, Nick.
Oh, that don't exist.
So the wing tube is obviously in the bag as well. Oh, we haven't undone the tank yet.
Yeah, open up the tank.
Okay, let's do the tank.
It looks. How big is the tank? Do you know?
I don't know. Maybe 700 milliliters. I don't know.
Has to be the same size as the Ranger.
Well, I think it's probably a little bigger, to be honest with you.
Or I would hope a little bigger.
Because you're able to put a 140 or 180 in it. Obviously, it's just going to take down the flight time. Huh. But looks like it's marked
for the holes.
For the holes to drill.
Okay.
And we're going to have to take a look. But I don't know if it's labeled on how big this tank is. But you're right, Nick. It's probably pretty close to the same size because it's wider than the normal Ranger. Do we have a Ranger tank around here?
I do have a Ranger tank
Yeah,
here.
I know we do.
Somewhere. Thought I had one down here.
Unfortunately, we've got a couple of Ranger tanks around here from other models that we had mishaps with. But honestly, what I'm trying to think about doing with this, Nick, is a lot of people are going to fuel bags.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about possibly going to fuel bags.
What's the benefit of a fuel bag?
So the benefit is weight. First of all, they weigh absolutely nothing.
I mean, that doesn't frickin' weigh anything either.
You know, that probably doesn't weigh much either, but there is some weight. And it doesn't produce any air trap in the tank. As the bag deflates, there's no air in the bag. So there's less likely for any air to be sucked out from the main tank into the UAT.
Is that supposed to be the main selling point of a bag? I don't know anything about the...
Don't know much about the bags either. It's fairly new in the jet world, but a lot of people are starting to go to the bags. Now, what I'm thinking about doing, and this might prove useful, is I want to put smoke in this airplane.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to figure out a way to smoke it as well as put fuel in it, of course. Now, I've heard that people in the Atom specifically are using 2 tanks like you have in your 120cc.
Yep.
What size are those?
30 ounce.
30?
Yep.
Right? So they're using 2 30 ounce on each side, and they're using those as a smoke tank.
Oh, okay.
And we just Y-fit them to the, the Holy Smokes pump or whatever.
Just using like the basic tanks, the exact same ones I use in my plane?
Yeah. Yeah, they're using those tanks.
I mean, it's got enough room in the thing.
We have enough room in there. There's a huge amount of room in that fuselage, which is nice. It's going to be nice to work on and definitely assemble. But we might be able to go ahead and utilize 2 of those smaller tanks for smoke, and then utilize this or a fuel bag. We're not sure yet what we're going to do, but for the fuel.
Okay.
And we're getting an easy 8 minutes of flight time on the Ranger right now.
Yeah.
On the 102, the King Tech 102, 8 full minutes, and that gives us about a 30% overrun. So I could go around multiple times if I had to, which is where I like to be. I'm just below half a tank, a little below half a tank when I land all the time, and that's a full 8-minute flight. And quite honestly, Nick, 8's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty done, and I actually don't even listen to the radio anymore. I just know when I'm done.
Yeah.
And I've been timing the flights nearly perfect. You guys have seen in the videos, as soon as we land, I'm not hearing the audio from the radio telling us when we're done. I know I'm done. My nerves are shot.
Yeah.
And I'm good and I'm hyped up and I land the plane, and then usually the radio's counting down right around the time where it comes to my feet.
Yep.
So
what's all the stuff that is included in here?
So I don't know.
Let's see.
The fuel looks like the fuel bag.
Yep.
Or the fuel parts. And this might be brackets for the fuel tank itself.
Plates and stuff. Ooh, oh, I wonder if they already included it. An actual nice top plate where I can run the I put all the stuff on top, run the wires up through
Yes.
it. I think that's exactly what that is.
That is exactly what that is.
That's
Okay.
nice.
That is very nice.
I don't know what that is yet. That looks like something for the, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fuselage, obviously.
Yep. It must be for the thrust tube.
Might be.
And then I wonder if those are designed as like wire, Kevin? Wire? You epoxy those in or something, maybe?
I don't know. Well, you know what we're going to have to do, Nick?
Actually look at the instructions
And
online.
we're going to have to download it from online.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, I want to see what fuel stuff it came with.
Yeah,
Open that
it's
up.
got...
So obviously the stuff to build the tank.
Yep, this the tank stuff.
Ooh,
So...
what are you? Oh, a little 90 degree. That must be for the tank as well. This is probably all for the tank.
Yeah.
I'd like to do these connections all the way around.
Yeah, definitely going to use these fittings.
Kind of like shark bite kind of things.
No, they work great. We're currently using them in the Ranger.
Yep.
We've never had a leak. We've never had a problem. So we're definitely going to be using those. And these barbed fittings, you know, and Nick will show you when we build it, these barbed fittings, we actually safety wire the fuel tube around these barbed fittings.
Yep.
And the safety wire is just a better fitting. It's more aviation standard and grade, but it prevents, you know, any plastic zip ties over time from snapping or coming off. That safety wire just keeps it nice and secure. And as you know, these aircraft, they can fly for quite a number of years.
Oh,
I still see jets online being sold that are 20 years old.
Yeah.
With the old pneumatic retracts.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, this technology has come up so far nowadays. By the way, there is something here that has just not been in stock, but we are getting it too. It's Boomerang's new Smooth Flight 10 gyro. We're going to be using that in this build. Yes, Nick. We have to learn
another gyro.
Another gyro. But that's okay, because that Smooth Flight gyro is supposed to be state-of-the-art, next best thing since sliced bread. And we're excited to couple that with some of this other technology, like the AG68 brake gyro, brake controller as well.
Yep.
So this is going to be a state-of-the-art, beautiful plane. It's going to be a great build. Really excited to get started on it. It's going to take us some time. Like we said, Nick's not here full-time anymore. He's out in Anguilla flying.
Anguilla.
So
I was told by the natives that's how you pronounce it. Anguilla.
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 With an accent.
I'm so sorry, not Anguilla. Anguilla.
Yeah.
I just assumed the double L would be yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah.
Okay. Anguilla. Anguilla. Oh,
Yeah.
Now we know. And the natives do know, so
Yeah.
we're going to take their word for it. Yes, but we're gonna take our time on this build, obviously.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it's going to take us even more time because we want to build it with you. So we are going to show you what we do. Remember, guys, we're not professionals. We've been in the hobby for a long time. It's not like we don't know what we're doing per se, but this is not our job. We don't do this full time.
Yeah. And this is also going to be only the second jet I've ever built.
This will be the second jet, yes, that we've ever built, and but we're excited to tackle this because I think this is going to be great. I can't wait. This is going to be our season opener.
Yeah.
For next season,
I'm really hoping that I can have this thing fully built by opening of next season.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll play it by ear, but I'm assuming we will. Now we're going to roll these videos out as we get them done. So there might be some time delay in between some of the video segments. But the reason is we want to kind of get them out to you throughout the down season. We have a lot of our watchers, Nick, that are telling us that they just love watching our videos, especially in the down season,
Yep.
in the downtime, because they're not out there flying themselves. So we really appreciate those comments, by the way. Please keep those comments coming. We answer all of them. We personally take the time. If you're going to take the time to respond to us, we are personally going to take the time to respond to you. And it is Nick or I speaking when we're responding to those comments. So we truly love the comments. Thank you very much. Tips, don't ever be afraid to give us tips.
Yep.
We are learning all the time, just like you. And we're excited to bring you along on this journey with us. I mean, this has been a great journey. It's awesome that Father and Son team can do this and help bring it to you and maybe get you interested in some of the things that we're doing, like the new Boomerang Atom.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It really does help us out. We're really looking to try to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We do get enough videos to make it happen. If all you guys really did help us subscribe, it makes it to where, one, the biggest problem we're having with our videos right now is YouTube, for some reason, is putting a major ton of ads on our videos.
Look, by the way, let's talk about that for a second. That's not us.
Yeah.
We don't make any money off those ads. That's YouTube. And we know that you guys are making it through one ad, possibly two. Please do us a favor. Just watch the ads. They're how we are able to bring this content to you.
Yep.
And if you watch our videos all the way through, it definitely pushes our videos up on the algorithm, which puts it out to more people that might want to see this content as well. So it does help us out. Play it in the background. That's okay too. Play it in the background. Just play it all the way through, please.
Sucks. We don't like ads either. But
we hate ads. And you know, there is a way to get away from it. I hate to even advertise for YouTube, but we pay for YouTube Premium. And YouTube Premium is ad-free. You know, because of that, I'm able to watch a lot of my videos, well, all my videos, of course, without ads. So I know they're putting ads on our videos. That's not us. We do not receive any compensation for those ads yet. I think in the future we probably will. But we're not doing it for that. No. We're doing it because we're a father and son team that are out here.
Further the hobby.
We're doing it for the hobby. And any money that we ever did make off this YouTube would just be going right back into the hobby, help us support us traveling to your events. We're starting to build the schedule for next year. So if there's an event you'd like to see us at and we can make it happen, let us know about it and we'll try to make it happen. Maybe we'll see you at your event.
Yep.
All right?
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. We're really excited about the Boomerang. I hope you guys are excited about it too. Let us know what you think about the color. Please leave a comment and what your opinions are on that. I'm very happy. I was really hoping to get a jet with quick releases, like we were talking about, but I do like how the wings are secured. I'm actually very thrilled. That's the first time I saw that kind of design. I think it's still quick release-esque, but I think it's going to be an absolute beautiful build. We have a lot of cool ideas to make this thing look beautiful. And so hope to be able to take you guys along.
And don't forget, Hobby Xtreme code. We're going to put it on the bottom of the screen here.
Here it is.
Hobby Xtreme code for an exclusive discount to Boomerang RC.
Yep. 10% off.
Wow, it's fantastic.
It's like, yeah, it's only 10% off, but on a $3,500 airframe.
By the way, we're publishing this video right before Boomerang's Black Friday sale.
Yep.
If you have not seen what Boomerang is doing right now, they're offering up to 25% off on some of their models. Absolutely the largest sale I have seen yet. Now, that's not in conjunction with the Hobby Xtreme discount, okay? That Hobby Xtreme discount, put that in your back pocket for later when you're not running a Black Friday sale, but check them out right now. If you are interested or thinking even about getting a Boomerang aircraft, now is the time. They are running the largest sale I have seen almost anybody do, and it's up to 25% off just for Black Friday. It's running right now. I don't know how long it's going to last past Black Friday, but I think you might only have a week or so. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking about doing something like this, now's the time to do it.
Yep.
All right, from all of us at Hobby Xtreme, Nick and I especially, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.